Gaurav Sawant continues to be with us. Geeta is still with us. Gaurav, to you first. What is the significance? What are we to take away from Bilawal Bhutto's visit to the SCO summit? Is it going to be just another take note, arrival? It is, after all, the visit by a foreign minister of Pakistan after over a decade now. Just to calibrate all expectations, what do you see happen?
So Bilawal Bhutto Zardari doesn't carry any weight even inside Pakistan as of now. Bilawal Bhutto Zardari is a lightweight in Pakistan. He's known as the intern foreign minister, who's actually interning under his own Minister of State, Hina Rabbani Khar. That's point one. Point two, this is where the groundwork for the SCO summit will be laid. But who will be the Prime Minister of Pakistan in July 2023 when the summit takes place? Nobody knows. Will Shahbaz Sharif remain Prime Minister of Pakistan? We do not know. Will there be a caretaker Prime Minister? Would there be some kind of a military takeover? Nobody knows. As you very rightly pointed out, Pakistan today is a 21st century joke facing an existential crisis, not just a financial crisis or a political crisis or even a security crisis. Will Pakistan remains the big question if it doesn't get an IMF bailout. Point two. Point three, Bilawal Bhutto Zardari's rants against Prime Minister Narendra Modi, that just show what a political lightweight he is, because any diplomat or any minister who's the foreign minister of a country on the platform of the United Nations General Assembly would not use the kind of words he's used against the most powerful country in the region, which perhaps is the only country that can help Pakistan. And does he expect Pakistan, or can Pakistan expect India's help now? Clearly not. So why is he doing this? Perhaps to curry some favor with the deep state of Pakistan, which means he's beholden to the deep state of Pakistan to be in the position where he is. His grandfather met a very sorry end because of the deep state of Pakistan. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto was hanged. His mother encouraged the Taliban, is known as the mother of Taliban. She unfortunately met a very unfortunate end. She was shot dead. Many argue it was the same deep state. What will happen to him? We really do not know. So India will only wait and watch what happens in Pakistan.
Okay, lightweight as far as Pakistan is concerned. Geeta, a joint secretary level officer went to receive Bilawal Bhutto. No bilateral planned in Goa. But what are we expected to see? Should we be even expecting any optics? Because, India has sort of drawn the line for a very long time as far as relations becoming normal with Pakistan. So is it likely that nothing at all will happen?
Well, in terms of conversations and moving forward, Goa is certainly not going to be that moment in India-Pakistan history where things change, Shiv. Things are difficult for both the countries, between both the countries particularly so, and it's not seeing a positive momentum or shift anytime soon. Having said that, I would beg to differ a little with Gaurav in calling Bilawal Bhutto Zardari lightweight, not because of anything else, only because, see, firstly, he is a Bhutto. His biggest capital is his father himself, Asif Ali Zardari, the only man to have completed an entire term with the establishment in control of Pakistan. You've not seen that. Shrewd politician trying to ensure that Bilawal is trained enough to carry on the mantle and become Prime Minister one day. So it's a very different scenario over there, and Bilawal Bhutto coming over here is for his own political gain. This is political mileage.
Yeah.
We know what Pakistan is doing. We know what the PPP, that's Bilawal's party, is doing. He's here for a reason. The only question over here, Shiv, is that outside of the SCO forum, because under the SCO Charter, bilateral issues cannot be raked up. So outside of the forum, what is it that Bilawal Bhutto Zardari is going to do? Is he going to rake up the issue of Kashmir? It will not go down well. It's not going to be in the right trajectory. Certainly so. So we again will have to see how he's going to weigh his options, because whatever he says over here, for him, he has to go home and answer to his people, to the establishment. So let's wait and see what happens. But certainly, this is not a change or a turn taking a positive turn in terms of ties between India and Pakistan. Why? because like Gaurav said, not so long ago, a very critical statement,
Yeah.
unparliamentary language being used against Prime Minister Narendra Modi has not gone down well with India, and it certainly has not gone down well with the administration. Dr. Jaishankar is going to make that point very, very clear to Bilawal.
Yeah, got a very quick point from you. You know, intemperate language, unparliamentary language, getting very personal. You know, a lot of theatrics by Bilawal Bhutto in New York City and elsewhere pointed at the Indian Prime Minister, which you said, you know, demonstrated a degree of immaturity and, you know, being disconnected with the norms of diplomacy. You know, Geeta agrees that that's going to resonate in Goa. How do you think that will reflect? You know, will India make its displeasure known? Will it be in the way that Bilawal is going to be treated? What do you think?
So, you know, India is a very gracious host, and considering we are the hosts of not just the SCO but also the G20, and the whole world is looking. So, you know, India will be very kind to all guests. That's point one. Point two, Bilawal Bhutto ultimately will only cater to his constituency back home more than the people. It's the Pakistani deep state that will control his future. It was the Pakistani deep state that controlled the future of his grandfather, controlled the destiny of his mother, and will control his destiny in the near future unless there is a major shift in Pakistan. That doesn't appear to happen, at least not in the foreseeable future. When he goes back, he will rake up Kashmir, otherwise he might as well go back to London. What he said, look, he's not an illiterate politician. He's studied overseas. He's educated. His words were measured. His words were used for effect. And calling Prime Minister of India names, especially a popular Prime Minister who has a major standing, you know, in the international scheme of things, it just goes on to show that he's trying to make himself bigger by trying to call somebody who's much bigger names. But will that hold him in good stead, him or his country? Clearly not.